Come wherever you are, wanderer, worshipper, lover of living, ours is not a caravan you stand. Oh, you have brought in our house 1,000 times. I'll yet again come. Oh, come. Still with you, Miller-Mutia. You've been such a beautiful singer and introducing so many things. I don't think I've introduced you with that. She's also been a and ballet dancer and you know, I want you to know me prayer, but I think it'd be nice and it's great for us to be space when we didn't hit the east and south. I think it's not here, but yesterday definitely got. We have a mighty wind outside today. Yeah, speak up. We have. You hear the plants. So you, Brother Wind is with us. Brother Wind. And he's feeling feisty. Yeah.
Carla, whether we might have each person share their name and just where they're from with a gesture, and we can all echo it back. Because then it'll be plenty.
Very good idea. Excellent idea.
So,
okay.
I am Sylvia from Albuquerque. Sylvia from Albuquerque.
Teresa from Mountain View.
Teresa from Mountain View.
Jolene from Connecticut.
Jolene from Connecticut.
See from Seattle. See from Seattle. Martha from New York. From New York. Emily from New Jersey. Emily from New Jersey.
Danny from New York.
From New York. Davina from Albuquerque.
David from San Francisco.
From San Francisco. Sheena from Brooklyn. Sheena from Brooklyn. Sandra from Harlem. Oh, yeah. Spain. Spain. Dorita from North Carolina. Dorita from San Antonio. San Antonio. Perfect. Okay. I wanted us to start with a Taste Catholic and before. And not system is bless the Lord our soul, give him hands to the heart, bless God's holy name. God bless the Lord our soul, and then through Jesus, into life. So we're gonna move all around and then we do it again like 3 times. And you have to get back to play. They're all, okay, it's a little bit. So we'd like to do it. We have something to take.
Have what?
That's the Lord.
Bless the Lord. Well, we said we're gonna do it live.
Okay, let's do it. Oh, my soul. My soul. Leads me into the soul, my soul. My soul, I just want to say that the theme of today's workshops is because we have done so much heard reasons and it was so marvelous. The first two sessions, with the concepting and adding the elements of the earth. I wanted to do the Beatitudes. It's a favorite workshop of mine, and part of a legacy is a sense of passing on, just how to do a workshop like that, where you might know it on the Beatitudes. This goes way back in my early experiments with the liturgical dance and going through the countryside and staying in a holy place. And they said we sort of dance for our supper, and would you do the Beatitudes? And coming from that, and it's been precious to me ever since. Plus, I think it's really important in today's world, that scripture passage. But before we do that, this is a different Claudia. Okay. From Madrid, as he said, I'm gonna go back to what I said. You want me to start? Okay. Whatever you want to do. Okay. Okay, let's talk.
If you were going back and forth, I think that's the way you need to do it, is
Let's go back and forth and back and forth. Okay, so
I just want to make a little safety announcement where Becky and Martha Anderson, there's a bit of a lip. Please need to come here. The end of the black is the beginning of the raised pool. Okay, so that's nice for our feet, but use your dancer eyes and your dancer brains.
yeah, I mean, a bit from that, that's.
One, I fell off the scale, remember sitting in Washington, D.C. It was quite dramatic. It was some complicated thing.
Start with the 6 minutes of that, and we'll pass it off. I'm so yes, no, Thursday. find myself adding chest to this. Thank you. And change. It doesn't mean they should give up parallel and with growing and creating. That's balance behind you and just inside out and over the parallel line. I really keep my stomach very lifted here. And then separate the legs a bit. I just do what I do almost every day. Now they push one leg back. Oh. To the floor and I will allow you to go.
Okay, so against the floor, bend the knees and relax the torso forward, straighten the legs, and bend the knees again, and straighten a couple of times on your own. Spread the toes wide, the legs wide. Make sure that you take care of yourself. And now from here, interlace, bring the index finger and the thumb around the eye of your elbow and just swing side to side. And breathe. Good. Come back to center. Then continue with the same music. Then bring the hands on the hips. Inhale, come all the way up. Breathe down. Reach with your arms outward. Bring the index finger and the thumb of your right. Your left again. And then stretch. Inhale. And switch over to the other side. Over the side and look at the chest. Over the heel. Exhale, come all the way down. Up to the floor. Everybody make sure you have room and please take your space in the center of the room. So everybody has plenty of room. We're going to lie down. Okay. And bring the knees towards your chest. Yes, bring the knees towards the chest. Make sure there's plenty of room. Down and roll your knees a little bit side to side with the hands on the knees. Good. And now bring the legs out versus. Make some nice pulse with your feet. And hands. Raise your arms and now reverse. And now shake. Good. Now bring the ball feet on the floor. And let's go with the arms out to the side and let's do this 4 times, lifting the pelvis up and reach with the arms up overhead With the engagement of the abdominals, reaching up as you exhale, bring your torso back down. Continue to do this 3 more times. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more times. Exhale. Bring the torso down. Arms down. And let's do one more time. Good. Now when you come back, straighten the left leg, bring your right knee into your chest. You can stay here if you're ready for a twist. Bring the right knee over and open the right arm. Yes. Exhale, open the chest. The right palm is facing up. And slowly come back to center. I know we could stay here for 5 minutes, but switch sides. Straighten the right leg, bring the knee towards the chest. You can stay here if you're able to go into the twist to the other side. Just reach with your left arm, palm facing up to the side, and bring the left knee over. It's just a little bit. Oh, it's good to open the chest. Good, and now slowly start to come back to center. Bring both knees together again. Towards your chest. Roll over to one side and come out sitting. Take a moment to straighten the right leg forward, bend the knee. And all right out in front of the knee and lift your spine up and turn slightly over to your straight leg. It's a nice, really gentle open twist. And come back to center and push forward. If you need to take care of your back, you can fold your back first and keep it straight. Just have your fingertips. Otherwise, you can come on your head, relax your neck and your head. And inhale to the spine, all the way up. Reach with your arms out to the bend. Exhale, open the arms out to the side and switch to the other side. We'll start with a nice open twist. We bring the palm, the right palm on the outside of the knee, the other hand on the side. Place the foot, lay the spine upwards, and then turn the slightly over. Thank you. Inhale, and then this one. On the inside of that feather, and remember if you don't have it, if you need to leave your torso straight, just the torso straight and to stay a little higher. The spine up and cross your legs and come up to hands and knees. If you want to be here and move side to side and moving, or you can come a little higher. Bring the feet parallel now. Relax the torso forward. With the feet hips apart or even more, you can also have your hands on your shin bones if that's easier. And then straighten the legs. And bend. And straighten. And bend. And keep the legs bent, and you can uncurve, or if you need to bring the hands on the hips and elongate the spine, you can also come up slowly that way. So just find what works best. Reach up, and relax. Since we're going back and forth. What would you like to do? Why don't you do a little bit different? Okay, that's good. Do you want to leave or no? Do you want to? Okay, so then it's like, it's right over. Sit it up. So some of you came in a little bit out, and workshop is going to be on Beatitudes today because we really need so much to move forward with the very reasons for the last 2 days. Amazing.
Okay.
Connected. Okay. We do some Latin tattoos.
Oh, that's Indians.
Ready? Let's start with the feet. And start. Other side. And then. And close. One more, we're gonna go with the other side. What we're gonna do now. And and close. And you can keep the toes on the floor. You need to balance a little bit more. And switch. And yes, and the toes can go up. You extend the other side. And close. Very good. And sweep. Again. And now, one more time. And now, move to the right. And loose center open. And bring the other side. Okay, Carla, can I do one more thing? I think one more thing we should do while we're doing this moment. Please, that swing. Yes, somebody. Maybe someone. And that's nice.
You're connected to the earth. That's a continuity from yesterday. And we look to the earth. So we keep feel the vibration coming from our bodies. And you always having to another person, find someone that just really. That's not very. Don't actually touch, For every time you're dancing, you have a vibration going from you. And you can receive it too. Now let's slowly touch. Hold feels. Blessing from the gift of all happiness. Down to the chest. Facing here. Getting into the Beatitudes. The feeling of the feeling of the day of the Beatitudes. But we would need perhaps also just to. I want to also pass on as a legacy in terms of the points to do in a workshop, primarily if it was non-dances, in which I want you to realize the difference between the swallowing movement, the bowel movement, and sustaining movement. So let's just do that. Very since you all probably know that. But let's start with just the sustained any movement. It's like we just did this from a human justification. And that is sustained. And if one part stops, let another part of the body continue. And if that stops, maybe it's your head. If that stops, maybe it's your knees. Just to be aware of when you're moving and when it's pausing. This day, after that, let's say flowing. I kept flowing with this, living down there.
Out of the heart shall flow rivers of living water.
Let's go into bound. Oh Lord, oh God, oh Lord. Oh,
How long, oh God, how long?
and because of it, may my soul be free, my spirit soul. May my soul be free, my spirit soul.
Song, my soul be free, my spirit song. Still and know that.
I just discovered that my arm is sustained. That was found. There are those rocks within you. What I often then do after this is have people walk around. So walking around, they come here, Anyway. Close. And the way, just to be aware of things, let's just take that for a moment. Don't do this.
Not very good.
I know. And. So we said, oh, one more thing, getting people. I have been in the bill up. This is really important. And. Oh. Oh. I know, they don't. I think the point that we belong to, because every time we're doing it again, and I saw this picture, this here. Blessed are called to action. Blessed are immigrants, refugees, and asylum seekers. I think, oh my God, that's to the Beatitudes. I want to mention one of the Beatitudes, immigrants, refugees, asylum seekers. And then I saw this picture here in, it was New York Times. And to make copies of them. Oh, yeah. Well, that's one of the few design.
Here, let us be kind of, so we can see.
Oh, that's right. We can pass it around. Yes, pass it around. No, it's just a happening. So when it worked, it's what, because there's a lot of things in my life, it's already happened, there was something that happened. That's not what no, like, well, I put my on it.
Yeah.
There's people, see it.
They will volunteers for it.
Reminds me of one other choreographic point. This was from Doris Copeland years ago, who was a teacher of Jose Ramon, Julia, all those ago, had the concept of symmetrical and asymmetrical shape. And that's what this really shows to me. Asymmetrical, I explore myself. Everything is very or back to the world or asymmetrical, or fail, not. This is asymmetrical and conflicting. We respect conflicting and harmonious. Those are 4 points that we have to discuss and work with. Symmetrical, what goes in what? So what ask people to get into, but I can do that now, and take a line from the song and decide how are you going to do it in a symmetrical way or an asymmetrical way. And get into the dynamics and meaning of the song we talked about. So, they've got teaching over. Now, I'm just going to read the lyrics. I know them by heart, but I'm going to say it to you. As I read these, just listen to the one time through, and the next time when I go through it, look and see which beatitude called you. Wait, and when it calls you, just take a shape. First, I'll just go through the whole list. Well, Jesus saw the crowds, he went up the mountain, and after he sat down, his disciples came to him. Then he began to speak and taught them. It's from Matthew 5. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for justice, for they shall be satisfied, they shall be filled. Blessed are the merciful, they will receive mercy. Blessed are the pure of heart, they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when people revile you, persecute you, utter all kinds of evil against you falsely for my sake. Rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven. So persecuted they the prophets who were before you. Now, I'm going to read it again, and this time, take a shape on a beatitude. It can be more than one. It might be just one and you hold it to hold it, or it can be one you hold particularly, and just take a shape for it. Let's start with the bell. Blessed are the poor in spirit. This is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they will receive mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, they shall be called the children of God. And blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for the reward is great in heaven. Amen. Amen. Oh, that was wonderful. Okay, now I don't know if one person chose one or one the other, but I was going to say, if for the poor in spirit, did more than one person do? Raise your hand if you did poor in spirit. Then you two get together in a moment, or three of you. We don't have to have all of them, but we're just gonna make a tiny now sculpture form, shape, and then what time do you have? Well, wait, a second. We have lots of time. Yeah, we have lots of time, but I want us to take 3 hours. You know, but, okay, so it's first, let's just take a sculptural shape. So blessed the poor spirit. What?
I just wonder, because we just experienced it as individuals, what if you do them now through just the way you did, but we're in partners improvising, and then in threes to see how the Beatitudes change in community or in isolation, rather than thinking our way into a sculpture.
So you're saying again,
Will you read them all again and we'll improvise in partners and then read them a third time with us
Okay.
improvising in trios?
okay, that's a good idea. All right. Ta-da.
So again, moving as you will with each, but connecting with at least one other body.
So connect as we feel with faith. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. And that's it, okay? So everyone is going to connect in some way in twos. Or, well, they already are doing threes.
What are we doing, the one that we?
No, oh, sorry. We're all doing everyone.
Okay, not Got it.
Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. You also have to do this connecting with your child. Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. Beautiful. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, they will be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they will receive mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. And with your group, just blessed are those when people revile you and persecute you and not to say, and say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. Rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven. This is beautiful. Amazing, amazing, beautiful thing. And I think that's the other thing because even a sculpture, very small. Well, I wanted you to work with your group for a moment, actually, in which you draw on sculptural images so big, but also do it as more than a sculptural image and a kind of phrase of movement for that scripture. That's the key thing to do. It's a whole phrase. You can read the whole of those phrases. That makes it I can be a little longer than that. I guess it is even one as it is.
I think so. So Carla, now are we to choose one with our group and create a little phrase? Is that right?
One beatitude and they may switch groups, I don't know. Well, welcome, hello,
Sorry, baby. Yeah.
So you're in the
Yes.
yes, okay.
Are we doing the group that we identified with?
Yes.
The attitude.
You know what? She has a very good, Teresa has a very good, Teresa. She has a very good point.
So Carla, what if now you read it and the people, and you stand a place and the people who want to work on that one go to that place.
Yes.
And then
Okay.
you, Carla, move to a new place, read it, and the people who want to work on that go to that place, and that's how we divide it.
Okay, very good. And we don't have to do that every single one. It's just, okay, and some of you things, yes, you know, okay. Whoever wants, join us. But we can see if I call out one of the attitudes and say, if this is a baby in the group, that'll be an interesting challenge, sure. So I can't tell you how beautiful. Sculptures were that I saw in the group. So who was drawn to the scripture and what does it mean for us? Blessed are the poor in spirit. That's one of the hardest scriptures. I can say one thing that I was taught was blessed are those who know they are weak.
Oh, yes. Say that again, Carla.
Blessed are those who know they need God. I'm gonna just call now. It says that I puzzle all the time. There's one that's having meetings. There's something to tell. Every time you look story about that. Yeah, so know they need God. Someone asked me to live in the attitude for a week. So that you will hear that same person of God in the first. Wow. So let's live of one beatitude for a week. Wow. And I thought as a closing, opening my hands, I think it was very with the lead part. It just it seemed as if I'm going to speak to you. And it's just something deeply, I don't know what to say, something just I did, because first time I did that. I just got across the street. Okay, thank you very much, thank you very much. So what we're doing now is forming groups, going to the Beatitudes calls you. Okay, and if there's no one to that Beatitude, that's it too. Good, thank you, you're in a long one. Good, keep going, yeah.
And read that intro part of Matthew before you go into that first beatitude. Like they gathered and they sat down, whatever that is.
When Jesus saw the crowd, he went up the mountain, and after he sat down, his disciples came to him. Then he began to speak and taught them, saying, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, who know they need God." Now, just if that one calls you, come to the center. We don't have to do the whole bag.
We were doing it.
That when you show the attitude, people come into it and form a sculpture, and then see what happens from there. So that's a whole new thing, kind of what he does. Okay, but now I just want you to pair up with the attitude culture there. I just, so word spirit. Okay. We are come together, so people, or one time or something. We're going to go to something. Okay, who's the fact, blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be satisfied, so they shall be comforted. Anyone, but blessed are those who mourn. And you don't really have to do it now, it's just more. Oh, well, you can do it, because you want these kinds of things. Okay, it's got together. Thank you for jumping. Okay. Blessed is the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. And just come to you. Ready, all for me, sculptures, ready. But they will be filled. Blessed are those hunger and thirst for righteousness. Yeah. Simple, but they shall receive mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Wait. It's actually coming just a group. Yeah, go for it. Just to step in. Just let it be your part. No, it's not too easy to dance now. It's just say who's attracted forming a group. What is that to you? No, you can't do the one. And you will the one, because you're gonna not go into with our group and form. So is doing blessed are pure in heart. Your solo is everyone starting here. It's a solo that's hard. You want to someone. She can have it. Oh, yeah. Okay. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. Oh, good. Oh, okay. And the final one is blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake. Okay. Just has everyone join on. Oh, that's wonderful. And I'll continue with that. And then there's some people God is not they'll let us get you more to provide safety.
Okay.
Not everybody.
Okay, now you all are in groups, that's right.
There's two.
And if you're not in a group, go join a group.
Are you in with something? Yes, I'm just, okay.
So what about the very end? Can't everybody do the very end?
Very end, everyone,
Yeah.
right,
Okay.
what we are. Very good idea. Everyone provides, and you just make it clear,
Okay.
They all have to be, so that's a big experience, but, okay, so get together with your group. And you'll have,
Maybe we go down.
Downstage, and this is the. Oh, I forgot one thing. So either step through it.
Okay.
So we should stay out. I wonder if you sit in the circle, think the beatitude, and that group goes to the center of the praise, and then back to the circle, and then at the end, you're going to the choice to provide. And then we it's always much more engaging to see something once it's and that way that's kind of
Yes, yes. Yes. My soul. We just came. Leads me into life. Not doing now, just hold together. My soul. Leads me into life. All right, so first beatitude. Without saying it, just say the first beatitude, come to the center. Okay. Do that, there'll be no discussion right now. Let it be a prayer, dance, liturgy, and then we will all discuss it at the end together. So that you'll be ready when you hold it at the end, I'll ring the bell, and then the second one comes up. So Sylvia. Yeah, I know the Beatitudes by heart, but it's always in this kind of thing better to have a little soup sheet.
Carla, I wonder if when one group ends, as they leave the stage, as it were, and come in, that we sing Bless the Lord as a sort of transition between each one, and then you read it?
No.
You just want silence in between.
Yes, silence.
Center that.
At the end of it, you'll be still, and when I know you're really still, I'll ring the bell, and then move out, and the second beatitude come in. I'll start with the bell. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. And coming forward, I'll say it again, blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. This is the blessing of the beings, so they will inherit the earth. Those are the voting on the first. You know, so that we know when it's ended, I think it's a very good idea to spot each other. Okay. Ooh. That's another merciful for me, shall we see? Oh. Oh. You're in part. Wasn't the pure in heart, but it was see. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God.
Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children.
Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Rejoice, live, sing, be glad. Great is your reward. Oh my, let's gather in person together and share with each other what our experience is. We have a special video to show you. Like, let me just-
Did I have a request?
Yes.
Could I just ask you to hold on to exactly the same feeling that you just had in your piece? Do not let this music sway you. And Carla, you were, aren't you over there? You just read the Beatitude and you come out and you do, and then exit, and just keep moving that way, and then what's the last one? you do?
Again.
We have so much time, Carla.
I'm just asking, yeah,
Let's see it again and experience it again.
and.
And then we can talk.
Add to the experience, is what I'm.
Yes,
Yes.
but let's not
And then the last thing, when Carla reads that, now what was that?
rejoice and be glad, for your reward is great in heaven.
Just rotate around and just. I just want to find this
Yep.
hip
What
hop
you did.
dance in the moment, so really hold on to the playfulness and the lightness despite what you hear. Okay, so if you can clear to the side, we'll be ready to start.
So Carla, what you just. Can I just clarify?
David, explain what we're gonna do.
Okay, so I'm gonna start some music. And Carla is going to call out the first beatitude. That group that is doing that, you're just going to come out to the middle. You're going to do what it is you do. And you are going to take yourselves away as she calls out the next beatitude. They are going to come out, do what they do, and they are going to continue on.
So we're essentially doing what we just did, but even more seamlessly at the end of after Emily's piece, then we all rotate and rejoice and rejoice.
Can we have the beatitude read while we're thinking about the actual so make sure it's complete that way.
Once you depart, once you return to the circle, Carla will know to read it.
That's what I was just saying.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Awesome.
When it's out.
So, ready?
Well, I said the words, oh, wait, I'm sorry, I waited for you.
Sorry.
Oh.
It's not the music out of his phone earlier.
Okay, hold on.
Claudia, can you disconnect your phone?
You see it?
It was, okay.
Yeah.
Never
You know, I'll just play it through here. It's okay.
Should be doing.
So you do the, you come in.
So, you know what, the speaker sometimes turns itself off.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
because it's an energy saving
Yeah.
feature, so just turn it on. Press that a little harder. There we go. Okay, we're on.
Okay, that's.
It's gonna be more loud, so we can get it more rather than.
Yeah. Okay.
Technology, be our friend, please. It turns off after. There we go. See, what better?
Blessed is the poor in spirit, so that is the kingdom of heaven. Well, there's what it comes to. Let's. Let's become merciful. But I don't see mercy. Thank you. All the children of they.
lives. I be glad. For the God's great in heaven, first the same way that persecuted the prophets that were before you. So rejoice and be glad. Rejoice and be glad. And so persecuted any prophet before you. Rejoice and be glad. Amen.
So with that short amount of work, and that time that you just did in talking together and working together, you made an 8-minute dance.
Wow.
Let's pull this circle this way because
Yeah.
then our Zoom friend can hear.
Oh, yeah. I want to, wait, a couple of things. I wasn't planning, so how many, by the time we have what we need, what we all looking for, I want to know, certainly, is have us just informally talk about our thoughts about this experience. Well, I was watching it, it was very moving and unexpected. And thank you, David, for that inspiration. Of course, I realize I've hardly ever done this with a group of people who are so trained.
Yeah.
Because usually it just enough to get people to make one shape.
Yeah.
In a workshop. That's considered a big thing, and that is important. And if you're ever doing this with the first time in a church or something, know that you can't expect a whole.
We were taking care of each other.
Yeah.
This is the second time that we did it
Yeah.
because of how you said it, the transitions, everybody's transitions were kind of transformative to me. They told the story even more than the work that we done in the center, and just the, I don't know, the contact between the groups and the way we gently transitioned in and out of the space was so beautiful. That was my favorite part.
Just keep, just a discussion.
I also felt that the music is what brought us together.
Yeah.
And also was a common ground of, we were all listening to the same beat, the same tone, but differently, but it's just. But we're
And
using
David,
it.
what was the piece of music?
On the nature of light. Manuscript.
Oh, really interesting. Wow. Right. I could feel the depth of it here. This is what our world needs.
Yes.
We can feel it, we can transmute it, express it.
Well, and the vocalizations, again, to overcome whatever imaginary dichotomy there is from people who use their bodies and use their voices, which it turns out are part of our bodies. And so that kind of. Oh, primal scream.
I think rage.
Yeah.
There is rage about many things. And, when it's an appropriate response, that's when it has power.
Yes. Yes.
It's not always appropriate, but when it is.
And for me, I have to say that I was trying to choose, but I knew I was gonna go with the peacemakers. But I didn't want to go so hard and so deep because of the crying. But you all exhibited so deeply for me that I was able to still feel and still have that playful time. So, yeah, we need each other.
Yeah.
I have found myself, but I think this happens all the time, part of the warm up. That thing about the vibration has been very, important because it just reminds you of, like, if you do this and you don't get that instruction, you're not feeling that energy, but because somebody tells you it's present, all of a sudden you start feeling this vibration. So this thing about Creator being present always, even in the midst of great suffering. I was able to connect that. So this idea of we live in a wonderful country where we have all these global practices of Reiki, mudras, meditating, that they're ever present, even in the midst of like great suffering.
No, I saw that, and I saw you.
Yes.
I saw you doing that before you got here.
I also felt like, the pieces got a little more clarified as we went on, like, specifically, the one I saw the most strongly was with the, I think you're protecting her from, I didn't get it the first time, that she was just being this innocent child, but then this time I really saw that you were protecting her from what I interpreted was evil. And it was really powerful that way, and I think it happened with others too, I feel it happened with our piece. Our piece. And I'm sure many of you also felt that somehow, just, doing it again, kind of thrashing it through and getting clearer on what exactly it is that you're saying. If we did it again, it'd probably even be more clear, I imagine.
No, I was mostly seeing Teresa's eyes, just always seeing.
So my motivation for that, the reason why that particular Beatitude touched me is I have a daughter with special needs, and she is as pure as heart as anyone you've ever seen. And as a parent, there is always this fear that she will be abused, she will be taken advantage of. But inside her is only goodness. I've never seen any jealousy, any selfishness. She's always sharing, always sending cards to people. She sent cards to Carla. And all my friends, they get cards and things she makes, she sends to them. And there's just such a purity of heart there that is divine. So, yeah, so she was protecting me, and I purposely made no eye contact. I tried not to make eye contact because I was unaware. This is just my.
That's what I-
And I have fun. Yeah.
That was very clear. Feels like a lot of us are creating from our own personal experience and
My personal experience today is that my child hurt really badly. So I said, let's do a lot of floor work. When do I allow myself to do that? So often when we're dancing in churches, I can't do floor work. So I actually really appreciated that opportunity. And my feet appreciate it.
You all understand sight lines. And,
Yes.
took the first couple of dances to realize, better learn.
Yeah.
To use this is site specific dance.
Work are no fun by now. So, man, I'm glad we're in the studio today.
Yes.
On the floor.
But to use every level you can, that, we certainly did that in the Earth Mass, using the pulpit and the altar, and the, whatever. Okay,
Oh, sorry, I was just going to say in regards to when we, kind of like fell to the persecuted, there's like different ways of being persecuted. Like you can persecute yourself in your mind, and I think that's where I was when I went in. It wasn't so much someone else persecuting, but you could persecute yourself.
We are full of insights that we learn. I want each of you to pick up a book if you don't have it already. It was from, I don't know when Martha's giving them out, but I sent a bunch of books to Church of the Village. Dancing with the Divine Flow of Grace, and yours is a gift, and it has to do with the dance's kinesthetic sense, which is kind of what you're getting at there.
anybody is coming to the dinner this evening, the books are there.
Oh, good.
They are for the gift, right? If you don't already have a copy, or if you have a copy, you know someone else who maybe would like a copy.
But let's continue the conversation. Has everyone shared what they might want to?
What was interesting is that the variety of human experience, right, that I sort of felt. Variety and I know that's sweet, right? So I know that's sweet, right? So it was interesting to, to what I'm feeling right now. There's going to be a thing that since we're going to tomorrow. And what I'm feeling now is, 1,000 times. Like, how do we organize, how do we mobilize, how do we, I don't feel meek right now, I feel angry, right? So, it's like, how do I, do that in a way that is appropriate and also conveys and collects and organizes. Right? So this is one of the things, like, what's the church's role? And justice, right? And what is the church's role, and how do we as dancers, collect that, get that information, motivate? I mean, we're moving, right? And movement is important, and so it's like we can initiate so much movement, and like let's do it.
Martha's a great one. Sister Martha Ann to talk about working for peace and justice.
We do global water dances in San Antonio. I don't know how many of you do global water dances.
We did an album.
Our newspaper headline this morning said that the city of San Antonio, over 2 million people, that our water is the lowest that it has been. The Edwards Aquifer is depleted. We have, whenever I left San Antonio, we had not had rain in 50 days. Yes, we are dancing, we are crying for the earth, we are crying for the water, we are crying for those suffering in war. This dance is so real.
Yeah.
Sorry. Heard my own voice for a second. Sorry about that. So.
What I want to add is this, you're talking about San Antonio, I live in Connecticut, but we haven't had water either.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about, sometimes we refer to the Bible as something that happened long ago. We're in a time now where we need to pray for rain and believe that prayer too. You know what I mean? And even for the turmoil that we're going through, these are turbulent times. So it's good to talk about it, but let's talk really about it and be about it. But I want to say, I hear you about the rain because we don't know what we're going to be faced with. You know, I'd love that I travel down without rain or snow or anything, but we should be colder.
Yes.
And not too much.
So I think what I hear is coming up is the, we feel it very strongly because of our developed kinesthetic sense, and then we're called to act upon it because of the depth of our feeling and understanding. And what different ways come. I know one of the things though is peace through dancing in terms of whom you are reaching through your studies, that it's a way of working for peace. I hope all these years, but I began first really be connected with the need of peace and justice in the world through the Catholic worker here in New York and the Dorothy Day. And going like to Nevada test sites, Sabina was there, or Livermore Lab on Good Fridays, protesting nuclear weapons, and all of that you see. But know that also dancing for peace, as you do, like in the liturgy, the Beatitudes, is also a way that you are uniquely sort of, as dancers, called to do. So it's not. It's being present, as you were talking about, being present to where we are, so other people are present around.
Would now be a moment that you want to share the video, stand up and learn the phrase and dance together in that
Time to
way.
do that. I'm glad we have all the time.
All right, you'll give me a quick second and then we can gather around as best we can. Or I'll-
So I want us all to see this video. It occurred to me only late last night, and I said, oh, we have 3 hours. Oh, my. And then remember, we were asked at Grace Cathedral in San Francisco to commemorate the death of Oscar Romero by the bishop there, Bishop Mark Andrews, loves dance. And you will see later tonight a dance that Sylvia and someone else choreographed his installation. Well, he asked us to also dance for the death to commemorate Oscar Romero. We did a Beatitudes dance. And here it is, the leader is in the room. That's amazing to me, and David, and
then the other one was Jenny.
oh, Jenny, okay, right. And so there's 3 of you in this room, but that was long ago. So this is a Grace Cathedral. Let's get so somehow.
I suspect that if people are kind of more or less where they are, if written.
I don't have to be so close to you. I'll stand up. So I'm gonna hear
I don't understand.
So we'll watch first the Beatitudes and then we'll move a little forward to see the next part. Yes, and many of you will recognize this as Sweet Honey in the Rock, the music. Here we come again. We're on our way, we're back.
In the future.
Now it shall come to pass in the latter days that the mountain of the house of the Lord shall be established on top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow to it. Many people shall come and say, "Come, let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the God of Jacob. He will teach us his ways, and we shall walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. He shall judge between the nations, and rebuke many people. They shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation. Neither shall they learn war anymore.
Now I will read up the kids and do, they can read this or to the plowshares. I can't find right now, it's based on the sculpture in front of the UN. And I have a big picture of it, maybe I'll find
Is it
it.
like the garden sculpture? Oh, that's another one, yes.
It's right there, from that, but let's see if we can see it.
Stand back, right? So to the river, I guess, to New Jersey, is that what's across the river?
Yeah.
Okay, New Jersey, so your left leg and your left arm are downstage if we're going that way. I know you all are looking at your because you're, oh, no, that's our congregation.
Okay, that's the
congregation. That's our congregation. New Jersey is our congregation. Okay, so left arm, left leg is downstage, and you beat your swords into plowshares. Knocks around, right arm and right leg come around. Now your right arm is hammering, and there's spears into pruning. And reaching over to the people at the left, kind of a balance, say, nations shall not lift up sword against nation. Little, whatever you might call that. Opening. Now your downstage arm, your left arm is going to swing down, around, take that spear up and over, and now you're going to bash it into over your knee as your knee comes up. Neither shall they learn war anymore. So left arm and leg, we shall beat their swords into the plowshares, swoop it around, and their spears into pruning hooks. Reaching left and balancing, nation shall not lift up sword against nation, right like that. Neither shall they learn any One more third time, or you're like, oh, you're right, you're right, that's all in silence. Then we have to tell those people over there
Yes.
what direction that is. I'm trying to learn south. Yeah, to the south, neither shall they learn.
And it's a step forward.
Okay, step forward. Okay. This one.
Yeah.
So we've gone, let's see, we've broken our spears, we're gonna tell these people neither,
And then you step forward.
oh, you want lunge forward.
Lunge, or you could then do. I don't know. Lunge. That'd be the end of the dance, it's one thing of it, and then it's more.
And then the lunge. Are you dancing, Carla?
I don't know, I don't see where it went. I lost it,
You're choreographing, okay.
Maybe I don't want to get that.
They shall beat their swords into plowshares. And their spears into privets. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation. Neither shall they learn war any.
Hey, that's pretty good there. I think they should do one more time, but we. Very good. Yes, it's. And I will, you will see where, you will see, I'll find a photo to put it in here.
You sure you don't want to do this?
So we're turning, when we do this first, if I may ask a question, this first one, we're turning to left.
Yeah, so your, whatever this is, right arm and right leg are gonna swoop around.
And then the same again, we're doing.
Boom, and back, right. This time you don't hear it, you just step out.
We're gonna do stepping out. Thank you. Yes. There you go.
Keep going. And the crazy fantasy, right, and then you forward. One was corrected, I think remember that the head is forward, not bow, but when you break. But it comes. Oh, no, no, wait.
Can everybody take one step north away from the edge of the? That is way more fun.
Oh, wait a moment, there's been one question because of high interference. I heard the head is up at the end, right?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. No.
They will beat their swords into plowshares. And their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation. Neither will they learn war. And you.
That's beautiful. It's about, do they ever be able to see that?
Yes.
The whole thing, and then you can remember it from there.
I think that's on the YouTube, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So Carla has the YouTube channel, which I believe Sister Martha Ann put together mostly. But it's there for the whole world to see. Just go to YouTube and type in Carla de Sola. Okay.
I've gotten that.
I have on my YouTube a series of, I think now it's 29 conversations with Carla. If you go to that playlist, then the workshops from this weekend and things will be posted there, so you can.
Oh,
It's-
you have to leave us your.
Yeah, they're all those little
Just
yellow.
for Sylvia Miller.
Let me get the yellow things out. I've got yellow things in my bag.
There's a thing that has your YouTube channel and my YouTube channel and a little piece of paper saying.
Oh, okay, I need that too.
Yeah.
Oh,
But I have any cards. Do you want it?
Okay, because I have no argument, you say.
I don't think I want to do another something. I think just, I should have said it like that, let's make it, if we make it, no, we'll take this one, so, send this circle.
No, she's just making sure they're ready, so when we believe if they want to, they go, but we need to get these.
Well, Sylvia and I, when I was visiting our therapy, we were asked to do a stand for various.
It was the anniversary of Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Okay.
So which is a big deal in New Mexico because the first bomb was dropped there, it's the South Slabs.
So we did, pieces flowing like a river. Well, we don't have solid pieces flowing like a river. Flowing up. Oh, out to the end. Somebody know, and it's free, God is flowing like a river. Let's say peace, love, and joy, peace, joy, love. Okay, so I love it. I love it. So the peace is flowing, it's whatever is the word, it's flowing, it's then let's say I'll start it, right, pass it, and it goes. Well, we're keeping it with that takes a little while. To do. Now, going out into the desert, but there was a desert there, and the radio blows, and you look over there. And the next one will be. And then I can really mark it now. Keep it rolling. I keep it moving to the world. That's the world. And it's really. That's how it's about. Feel the joy. Okay, but maybe we have a single. That everyone can sing. Okay, ready? Peace is flowing like a river. Flowing out to the sea. Flowing out to the desert. It's free. Joy. Is flowing like a river. It's free.
For anyone who is part of our rehearsal at 3:00, which I know is some of us, but not all of us, we have from now until then 3.
I believe we can just stay in here at least until 2 o'clock. I don't know if there's anything in the space to, at that time, but